The following is a raw test recording for At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit and the Executioner before they got their groove and started the podcast on November 10th, 2021. This recording is from September 18th, 2021. I hope you enjoy.
At Odds is a podcast scheduled for multiple discussions with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit, and his opponents from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Thank you, Jesse, for that introduction. Welcome, everyone, to At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit
and the Executioner, Daniel Terras.
We have been for 12 years. We have been friends for 12 years, and we love to discuss things that we are passionate about. And on this podcast, we're going to talk all things in the pro wrestling industry. This episode, Big E's Money in the Bank cash-in this past Monday Night Raw, and the NXT rebrand premiere
Nickelodeon version.
Yeah, what he said. He stole that from Dank Ops, though. Anyways, let's start off with the Big E Money in the Bank cash-in on Raw this Monday, which I'm pretty sure Daniel wasn't paying attention to.
I was sort of paying attention to. Sort of, kind of.
Not really at all.
No.
That's classic you. Anyways, since Travis has no idea what I'm talking about, let's do
I do.
recap. Okay, good. It shows you actually have a brain. Anyways,
hey,
this past Monday was obviously a big event for the New Day and the New Day fans because Mr. Money in the Bank, Big E himself, cashed in his Money in the Bank contract to become the WWE champion.
Yes. Who did the dumb thing of, hey, everyone, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to cash in, which for some reason always backfires. I wonder why that is.
You can't say that anymore since it actually worked.
Okay, good point.
But yeah, he cashed in on Bobby Lashley after his match and walked away with the WWE Championship, possibly seeing a reformation of the New Day trio instead of just the tag team.
What the hell was splitting them up in the first place?
Well, hey, at least Biggie's getting a push, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyways, like Biggie, he was the second ever NXT champion, so him
and he was Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard for a while. Don't forget.
Yeah, let's try to forget about that. That was kind of weird. And this cut me off thing, I know I do it to my brother accidentally, but having it done by someone sharing his name is kind of weird. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. ADHD, right?
Yep.
Anyways, Biggie, he's a great performer, and honestly, I can't wait to listen to New Day Feel the Power this coming Monday because I wouldn't be surprised if they had a Big E celebration episode.
Yeah, I mean, look, while I'm glad for Big E personally becoming the WWE champion is, I don't know if his reign is going to be good considering he's still just being the New Day Big E from the goofball. I mean, the still being a goofball when he should be trying to be serious, considering he has one of the biggest prize in the WWE.
Well, that's just the New Day's characters in general. I mean, if Kofi Kingston can translate from a Jamaican to an American, really think a serious goofball champion can't work? Or do you forget that Jeff Hardy has been WWE champion before?
Well, Jeff Hardy isn't really a goofball.
Yeah, but he's done stuff that honestly should kill him.
You have a point. Yeah, whatever.
I just hope that Big E has a very prosperous and long title reign along with his buddies Kofi and Xavier, the New Day,
Yeah.
or this could
What?
lead to a split up and potentially to a three-way rivalry, which may end with any one of the New Day becoming the WWE champion because two-thirds of them have already held the gold. And Xavier, while I personally believe Xavier Woods is a good mid carder, he could be WWE champion at one day.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I don't really care about the New Day anymore because I've always thought that they were a bit too childish and honestly ridiculous. But I personally feel like the best way to permanently end all this power of positivity ding dong crap is to have a, I don't know, a triple threat, or maybe one of them finally flip the switch and turn into a heel. Hell, I kind of want to see Kofi Kingston as a heel. I'm curious on what that would be.
I will agree with that. I'm curious. I believe he's been a heel before in his career, but we weren't fans of wrestling at that time.
Oh.
And I'm not sure about your like power of positivity bullcrap statement, considering I had to stay positive when I was hospitalized.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's off topic. I've already stated my opinion on my, I guess, prediction of Big E's title reign. And what do you think's gonna happen, Travis? For once, I
Well,
actually want your damn opinion.
yeah, my prediction is I think Big E will have a solid, maybe a decent, good, or at least a decent reign as the WWE champion, and I feel like he will probably lose his title to, I don't know, Edge or someone, so we could have one more final run.
Yeah, but Edge might be out with a neck injury. He was recuperating on SmackDown after he got hit with the stomp or whatever.
Or that could just be part of a storyline.
It is part of a storyline, but there is the fact that Seth mentioned in his promo on SmackDown that Edge's wife Beth said that he was at home recuperating this past Tuesday.
Okay, that's nice. Let's move on.
Yeah, speaking of Beth, she works commentary for NXT 2.0, which
3.0.
Jesus Christ. Can I get through one statement without you cutting me off, boy?
Maybe.
Anyways, yes, it technically should be 3.0 because in 2010, it was like a reality contest to become a WWE superstar, even though every one of them were under contract with WWE Developmental.
Makes
Then
no
that got
goddamn
canceled.
sense.
Yeah, that got canceled after NXT Redemption, which I didn't watch because it was on WWE.com. It got brought back under Triple H's leadership in 2014 as the new WWE Developmental. And it was honestly, for a long time, the best show of WWE's.
Until
this past Tuesday. I'm not saying that NXT 2.0 is good. It's giving us new faces and a new setup, which is actually surprising. It has a pretty good stage.
Yeah, I heard the theme song for NXT, and I was
Only because I
ugh.
sent you a video of the intro.
Yeah, you did, but I wasn't really a fan of the intro. I kind of thought it was a little bit too ridiculous,
Yeah, instead
honestly.
of calling it the Nickelodeon NXT, it's more like the graffiti NXT when you think about it, because it looks like people are spray painting the NXT logo.
Yeah, it looks like people just took a can of paint and just went, screw it. Yeet.
Flash. we were kind of thinking the same thing there. That's kind of horrifying.
Yes, it is.
Anyways, they had a lot of good matches. LA Knight got squashed by someone who was debuting.
And I did look
Damian
this up.
Priest showed up.
I did look this up. The guy that beat LA Knight is the son of what's the former WWE superstar's name? Scott. Damn it, I forgot his name.
Scott Bagwell, something like that. I don't know.
No.
It's not Scott Hall, is it?
No. It's this. He's one of the Steiner brothers kids.
Oh, Rick Steiner, maybe.
I think it's Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner's kid.
Because I know Scott Steiner has a brother named Rick.
Yeah, I think it's Scott Steiner's kid.
Huh. Well, anyways, yeah, he squashed LA Knight. We had Damian Priest show up, and Tommaso Ciampa is reunited with the NXT Championship since he's the new NXT champion since WWE made Samoa Joe vacated.
For some reason, which he's
out with an injury.
What the hell was the point of him winning the title in the freaking first place?
He's out with an injury. You can't predict that type of stuff, dude. Give it a break. Besides, they probably had him win it to get it off Karrion Kross so he could transition full-time to Monday Night Raw.
And he wear that stupid look that he wears.
Yeah, but we're not here to get Killer Kross pissed at Travis, though I would like that very much.
Oh, God.
But the main event was not the NXT title match, surprisingly. It was...
Nani?
Yeah, it was the wedding of Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell. Which had a little hiccups, including Dexter knocking out the priest. And Beth Phoenix got ordained in case that happened.
Yeah, I've seen some clips of that online. I think that is like the first wrestling wedding ever to not end with some ridiculous shit going down.
There was some ridiculous shit that happened. A guy revealing his bare chest to everyone in attendance after someone said, "Who has the reins?"
Okay, this is something that I'm actually curious on, is that are they like married within like the storyline, or is this like legit?
I have no clue because I haven't done my research for that, which is weird. When I like stuff, I research it, but I haven't done this.
Might want to do that.
Yeah, maybe you should too.
Yeah, good point.
But
yeah,
I was kind of hoping for some title redesigns with this new NXT, but so far, no dice.
Yeah, from everything I've seen on NXT, it looks to be good. I'm just personally still worried that maybe it will do well under Vince McMahon's leadership, or maybe it will be total dog shit.
I kind of hope eventually they get back to Triple H's leadership, but they keep
after
the
he
new
recovers
aesthetic and everything. Yeah, that Hey, we didn't even think. Maybe that's why Vince is taking control. Triple H is injured.
Oh yeah, he had heart surgery.
Yeah, so maybe that's why Vince is taking over. I hope
Hmm.
Triple H recovers well, and I kind of like the new look of it, so maybe they keep that. Even though it kind of reminds me of a glimpsed arena on WWE 2K20.
Oh yeah, because 2K20 will be 2K20. But yeah, from what I've seen, I am looking forward to watching NXT, and I hope that NXT does well. But knowing NXT, I don't. I mean, I hope the people do well in NXT, but I'm just more worried on the people that are in there once they make a name for themselves, transitioning up to the red and blue brand.
Yeah, we might want to wrap this up because we've actually gone overtime. So,
Whatever.
anyways, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week with more difference of opinions on At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit and the Executioner.
I hope you tune in, or I will come kick your ass. Not really.
Thank you for listening to this At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit and the Executioner Lost Recording Bonus.